What? The Waffle House of the West. Bold. All right, so I'm just gonna get straight right to it. This was not great. So in my previous, video talking about Waffle House, one of the things I noted is that, yeah, is this like top tier food? Not at all. Is this like hearty good food? It's not the best, but like it's something you can eat and it tastes pretty damn good. And for the price point, that makes it even better. Absolutely, it is working man food. It is poor man food. It is reliable, solid, just good food at a working class price point. Roscoe's is none of this at all. So I am only getting I like at time of recording, I'm still in California, right? Um yeah, depending on when this came out, yeah, I got my backlogs. That. But regardless, I decided I am only going to be out on the West Coast for so long. Let me try some regional staples. In and Out was one of them, as was Roscoe's. And everybody that said, "Oh, Roscoe's was the shit," granted, this was back in like 2022. They're full of crap. So first of all, I got a bulk meal. This came with like some chicken, fried chicken, two waffles, and came with, you know, I think it came with fries, I think. I don't remember. I also deliberately ordered potatoes and gravy. So these are not mashed potatoes, these are loaded potatoes with gravy, as well as some biscuits. As well as one of their fruit punch lemonade mixture. My buddy, who, piggybacked on my order, got cornbread, greens, and some chicken. And we all traded and shared and tried everything. So let's start with my buddy's order, right? The greens, and here's the thing: I'm not a greens guy, right? Like I'm a petulant man child. I'm not a fan of vegetables, but it's country ass food. Like it's spinach cooked in fucking bacon fat. Like I'm not gonna say no to that. So I try it, and it's okay. I try the cornbread. It has the consistency of cake, I guess, which is odd. Tastes like cornbread, but like it's not crumbly at all. The biscuits are serviceable, I guess. They felt more like a bready cake than they felt like biscuit. The loaded potatoes had the worst texture. The gravy was like meh, and like the potatoes just felt like they weren't undercooked, but they were like overly hard. Like they were just cooked enough to be safe to eat, but not cooked enough to like have that softness. Also, they were like the seasoning choices between the potatoes and the gravy kind of clashed a lot. Even dipping those mid biscuits into the gravy wasn't really worth it. As far as the lemonade fruit punch mix, it literally just tasted like someone mixed lemonade with high C from like McDonald's. But those are the sides. The main this is Roscoe's chicken and waffles. Chicken and waffles are supposed to be the main thing. So let's start with the chicken, right? So I got like wings and like a sad ass drumstick. I didn't get any thighs, I didn't get any breast. Fine, whatever. Um Very thin seasoning, not seasoning, breading. The seasoning was it tasted like it tastes like you like fried chicken you get from like Acme, or like let's just say the grocery store. Acme is a regional specific thing, my bad. It's it's one of those things, right? Like the chicken wasn't bad per se. It was just okay. Like some of the sides and stuff were like like the mac and cheese, which we also got mac and cheese. It just it tasted like macaroni and cheese, but like it didn't have any like hump. It just tasted like plain macaroni, plain cheese. They didn't put any seasoning salt in it or like garlic powder, or garlic salt or anything. Black pepper. There was nothing giving it, that that backbone. So moving on from the chicken, let's go to the waffles. Okay, so one of the things that I like about Waffle House's waffles is the ratio of divots to the size. So don't get me wrong, Belgian waffles are lovely, they're crispy, they're great, but there's just something about the way Waffle House does its waffles with like the very thin, tiny squares in it and lots of them that holds. You don't have to drown it in as much syrup, which means you get less soggy, you know, waffles, and they can hold more together. So it's and they're very thin, so they're easy to cut. I love, I really, really do genuinely love Waffle House waffles for those reasons. And Roscoe took a similar approach with their waffles. And I would say that I don't know, like there wasn't there it was like they were it was lacking a richness and fluffiness that the Waffle House waffles has, but it wasn't really so much of a difference. Problem is that before I got to the waffles, I tried everything else, and I was just so disappointed that even if the waffles like got close to the range of like a Waffle House waffle, I I didn't really give a shit at that point. Because what I didn't say was all of this food that we got, which realistically getting like all of this food put together would have been like $35 for the quantity, maybe 40 max at Waffle House. $85. Unacceptable. So, yes, even though we did Uber Eats it and and you have to pay the DoorDash tax of like an extra 10, $15, even so, like 70 odd dollars for this amount of food at this level of quality, and it's unacceptable. I like with the prior videos, with Raising Cane's, it lacked seasoning, but the one thing I can give it is that it had an okay texture, and I can understand the mindset of like white autistic people who don't like seasoning going there and getting it. Waffle House, it's has its reputation, but the food is good and cheap. In and Out, you know, it's overwhelmingly underwhelming. It's not special at all, but the price point of it, is reliable, safe food that people have a regional pride around, similar to Wawa. I get that. Roscoe's has none of these things. It doesn't have, the textural consistency. The texture for a lot of the food is bad. It doesn't have the, regional hype and loveness and that In and Out has, and it doesn't have the, you know, the quality isn't reflected in the price. If this shit altogether costs like $40, maybe like 50 more, say 50, if 50, 55, because you have to pay, like, because you're paying one DoorDash, so things are a couple bucks more expensive. I would have been able to swallow that more, but it was $85. That's unacceptable. Fundamentally, at the end of the day, if you like Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles and you think it's like good, like, a representative of like diner food or Southern food, I promise you, get the fuck out of LA. You don't even need to go to the South because I understand not wanting to go south of the Mason Dixon line. That's completely understandable. But just go east. You have them in Maryland, Delaware, PA, Jersey. Hell, if you're going out east, go to New York and get some damn good food of all different types all over the world. So, like, functionally, at the end of the day, this is depressing. Like, I'm borderline insulted by how bad this was. This was my first time ever having chicken and waffles from Roscoe's House of Chicken and Waffles, and I assure you, it is absolutely going to be the last time.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you want to talk to me outside of this video, outside of live streams, or just join the community and be a part of it, you can do so at himedia.gg/discord. Discord links there. We'd love to have you. And given the financial situation of the economy right now, I know this is a tall ask, but if you have the scratch to spare, please consider donating and becoming a supporter at himedia.gg/tip. All of our perks are serviced through our Discord channel, including early access videos, exclusive videos, and more. Your generosity is a blessing, and $1 a month is a boon to my mental health. Thank you so very much for watching. I appreciate you, and have a great day.